So this is the pound Swiss franc. This is the pound Swiss franc EOD end of day trading buy analysis video for Friday the 13th of October. So as with EOD trades, I'll be looking at the daily chart, and I'll be looking at areas where you would consider invalidation, and we're looking at possible targets to the upside using the daily chart. So we've just got a signal here, and this is all based off the signals provided by the custom indicator, as can be seen by this red triangle. Now, it's giving me a buy signal. What's good about this signal is we've come all the way down to this 128 level. Also, we've got this higher time frame moving average here in black, which does appear to be an area where we've bounced off a bit of a confluence of the higher time frame moving average and the 128 level. We've bounced off there. So let's just see where we are. So we should look at opening. Let's just see where the candle opened at 28.68. So 28.68. Let's just mark on the chart, and 28.68, and we're just going to change that to orange, and just make sure our coordinates are correct. 128.68. 128.68. Just moving quickly. No, it's in the wrong place. It's where the candle closed. Sorry about that. So it's where the candle closed, because not where the candle opened. That's not where the trade should be taken. This is all hypothetical, of course. I've got to put that in as a qualifier. I wouldn't want anybody to go and lose their shirt and then blame me for it. So 128.68 is not where we're looking at. We're looking at 129.33. So 129.33, 129.33. So 129.33, that's what we're looking at, possible execution in this hypothetical scenario using the EOD trading. And our hypothetical stop will be at 127.84. 127.84. 127.84. Let's just change that to pink, and let's just make sure our level is correct. 127.85. Let's just change that to, you know what, let's just go with 83. Let's just go with 83. 127.83. So we're gonna obviously look at we're looking at the other higher time frames to see how valid this signal is. So to the upside, we'll be looking at this level here, significant level where we sold off from this was in May. Prices moved strongly towards that level, and we had one bearish candle, and would you look at that, prices retraced quite heavily all the way down to 22.50. 22.50 was tested several times here, could not be broken. This was an occasion where level straight down. So it tested several times at 22.50 for a break to the upside. We've now broken above the that level at 30.66. We've retraced all the way back down to this level where we did have some resistance before, possibly acting as support, and also that dynamic support of that moving average marked out. So the next target we'll be looking at would be 130.66. Beyond that, we'll be looking at this 132 level. I suppose we can mark on the charts the 132 level. Let's just put on the charts. Let's put it in the charts. Let's put that in green. Let's put it on the charts in green. 132.01. Let's keep it out there where it is. So those are the levels we'll be looking at to the upside. We've got 30.66 and these yearly highs here at 32. Let's just see. Yeah, these levels are all the way up at 132. I'm pretty sure those are the yearly highs. Yes, those are the yearly highs. So that's what we're looking at, 132. So now let's just see how valid that is. Let's have a look firstly on the monthly time frame, which is the time frame above. Again, whew, my word, wow. This trade is looking increasingly a brave trade. It does appear to be a very brave trade in light of what we can see here on the chart. So on these charts here at the moment, on this monthly time frame, we can see that we are in a bit of a consolidation at the bottom of the range, at the bottom of a trend to the downside. Now, in the recent past, we'll be looking at for prices to be lower than they are now. Was 2008, height of the financial crisis, and that's pretty much was you could be interpreted as when there was a flight to safety and there was strength in the Swiss franc, as the market was going to pot really. So we are in a bit of a consolidation here of the most recent, not the absolute lows in the most recent years, but slightly above it. We're in a bit of a consolidation. We did have the month of, most recently, September closed near its, well, not near its height, a pretty sizable candle to the upside. Sold off a little bit going into the close of the month, as was the case with most pound pairs, but was still a strong candle nonetheless. Now, what I'm not a huge fan of on the pound Swiss franc is the trend. There doesn't appear to be much of a trend. We've had cases of bullish candles and followed by bearish candles, not really going anywhere, and constant retests of let's just have a look here. Let's just see what's going on. We've had constant retests down at near the 120 level. We've had constant retests. Currently, so far this month, we're putting in what does appear to be a bit of a doji at the moment, because the month opened at 129.43, and we are currently at 129.27. So we're about 16 points off the monthly open. So we're in a bit of a doji at the moment. But if we do get continuation from the previous month, we do expect bullish price momentum to continue to the upside. We'll be looking, well, we go all the way up into the Brexit candle. And on that, you'll be looking at levels all the way up at 140, but that's quite a bit away. So let's have a look at the weekly chart. It may give us a better indicator of where we can expect prices to head. So far we did have we had a lows here. We've had slightly higher lows, but these higher lows were into a region that was tested constantly. I did mention that 2251, that's the level that was tested constantly. We did poke our head above the range that we were in, and we retraced back all the way back down into the range, and we are testing the height of the range at present. If we do hold, we do expect this to be a continuation. We can expect this to be somewhat of a bull flag continuation to the upside. Now, let's just see where the Brexit candle closed on the weekly time frame. The Brexit candle closed at 32.55. So 32.55 would be a level we'll be looking at. 32.55. I suppose I could mark it on the charts, I suppose. This is a minor level. I tend not to like to have my levels that close together, because I've got 32 on there, so 32.55. It's not something I'm enthusiastic about, but I'll put it on the chart. So 32.55. Beyond that, again, we'll be looking at 34.17. So let's just put 34.17 on the chart. 34.17, over which we are unlikely to get back up there before getting another signal, to be honest. We'll be looking at 44.71. Looking all the way up at 44.71. But 32 and 34.42 would be levels I'd be comfortable to look at on the off this signal. Especially if price, if there is a lot of bullish momentum in regards to the pound steps into the market, say a deal is agreed with the EU, or there are further concessions made, or there are possible trade negotiations which are pound positive, At the moment, though, it's difficult to be pound positive because the fundamentals overall are appearing bearish, increasingly bearish in regards to the pound. I suppose everybody's expecting the Bank of England to raise rates, especially to tackle the inflation. But yes, there have been a few items that have come out that have concerned me in regards to the pound. So while I have got a bit bullish signal and the momentum at the moment appears bullish, the fundamentals, they're not. I don't think the fundamentals support it at the moment. I'm going to do a report on it and just to see where we are, have a look at the data and see if I'm just being overly pessimistic. But overall, I've marked out the levels on the pound against the the pound against the Swiss franc. Go down to the daily time frame. Invalidation remains at 27.83. Beyond that, we'll be looking at 30.66, 32.01, and 34.42. Those are the upside targets. If a bull flag formation does play out, moves continue to the upside. So, yeah, that should conclude my analysis, my end of day analysis for the pound against the Swiss franc. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.